This is not your average binder. Hello everyone, welcome in to Stay Puft's Finds. Thank you for stopping by here once again. I got quite a unique video. I was taking my time on this video, was wondering, am I the right guy to be doing this? So we're definitely, because I'm still learning Pokemon as well. I know that a lot of you on my Whatnot streams definitely know that. So we're definitely learning along the way. Even, for example, I thought I had all the evolutions down, but recent videos like, no, this one's this one's that. So we're definitely learning. But what I have here is quite interesting. Just want to say shout out to a friend, Mike, and his sons, Mikey and Ben. Appreciate the opportunity in reviewing what's in this binder. A childhood binder of a friend. And it includes a 99% complete base set Pokemon that he put together. You know, his parents put it together with him. As we're going to flip through the binder, take a look. I'll go through a couple things that I see, a couple things I got pretty excited about, and go through there. Once again, as we go through this is someone's childhood collection, so we're not going to be focusing on condition or what something might be worth. To an extent, you know, obviously we'll maybe discuss PSA 10, what it might be, things of that nature, but I just want to preface this with this is someone's childhood collection, so we're not going to really be focusing on the condition of it. Now, just a couple things to wrap up. We're right around the corner from 200 subscribers here on YouTube. We're going to be doing a giveaway for that. We're going to do another $50 Amazon gift card. I think we're at like 173, 174. Hopefully we get up to 180 after tonight's Whatnot stream. Speaking of Whatnot, we're doing Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. Things are a little wonky over the next week or two with the start of the NFL season and fantasy football draft. So this week I'll be doing, by the time this video comes out, I would have already done Sunday night. It's going to be a long one, and Tuesday, but I am skipping Thursday this week. Also, if you see back here, the Stay Puft, we got a sign on it at 5,000 Whatnot followers. I think we're at 2,500 to 3,000 in the month and a half or so that we've been on Whatnot. So Whatnot's been blowing up. Very thankful to everyone there and everyone that comes back over and visits the YouTube. And also new backdrop. We got that at a Goodwill, the Mario poster. So I don't want to get too far off track, but let's jump into the binder. We'll take a look. And I don't know where we're going to land. I'll be honest with you. I did some, you know, a couple bookmarks in here on things to speak to. Might be a little bit quicker than you might think, the flip through, but it's quite interesting, and we'll definitely go through some highlights. So thank you for tuning in, and let's jump into it. First things first, shout out Patriot Manufacturing from the late 90s, 2000. So just wanted to hop in here, show you guys. Most of the cards are going to be on this first page. I think the second page I will pan over to the left side. So this should, and I wanted both my hands available, so I have my tripod in front of me. So just wanted to start here. And the reason why I say it's 99% complete is because the Charizard is from base set 2. Still a beautiful card, nonetheless, and still valuable. That's the extent of how we'll jump into this in regards to value. So once again, as we go through here, this is a friend's childhood collection. We'll go page by page, and kind of the conversation that I had with my buddy Mike, and you know, what he was mentioning, and I'll kind of let you know like my original thoughts to, as I did a little bit more research and as I'm going through them, it was definitely quite eye-opening. So let's get into it. So when he originally touched base, he said he had a complete set of first edition. I was like, wow. I got to see this. He came up, he thought it was a good idea. I'm like, yeah, man, I'm definitely all for that. Let's do it. So, just jumping in here. This is a complete set from 1 to 102. There are some hollows and some aren't. First things that really caught my eye was the amount of hollows in the first few pages. So once again, the Charizard is from the base set too. Mike, I had to throw it in a sleeve for you. I couldn't bear seeing it in the binder. So this is the only one I took out so far, at least. There was one I was thinking more. I don't want to spoil it. There was one more that I was thinking about taking out of the binder and putting in a sleeve. But a lot of these could definitely be within sleeves for sure. So, as we go through here, we see the Blastoise, the Alakazam. They are the hollows. Machamp down here. Definitely beautiful cards. And we'll just flip through. This is the one that does have a back page. So I'll pan over for this. Sorry for the lighting. Didn't really plan on this too much. So we have a Mew down here. I know that's pretty sought after. The Vaporeon's very nice. The fact that it's a hollow. Jolteon, Flareon. Definitely some beautiful cards here. Then after the Mew, we then have the Mewtwo. And that is a hollow as well. So that's definitely one to be sought after. I should probably double check that one. That might be another one I might want to put in a sleeve for my bud. Venusaur, Poliwrath. And as I go through, guys, definitely feel free to leave a comment. Once again, we're not focusing on condition. This is someone's childhood collection. But if there are items that you see, hey, even if it was a PSA 5 or 6 or, LP, MP when it comes to lightly played, yell it out in the comments, and hey, I'll definitely give that feedback and get it over to Mike so we can get things sleeved up for the preservation, because I think his goal is to pass this down along to his kids. So that's our goal here is awareness, learning, for sure. What I also want to get into is, when he originally said it was a full set of first edition. For those that don't know, or as I was learning, that if it was first edition, there would be a little stamp right here, the top left-hand corner, right below the picture on the left-hand side, that would say first edition. So this is, if it's then first edition. If it doesn't have that, then you want to look here. If that's blank, then that's going to be what's considered base set. After that, you have something like this. You see the stamp, no stamp over here, so it's not first edition. You see the stamp over here that says 2. It's actually base set 2. So as item, just like with anything, second, third, fourth edition, just with anything, that's kind of what it, where it came out. So you'll have Jungle, Fossil, Gym Heroes. Once again, I'm still learning. I don't know everything by any means, but quite an interesting collection. As I flip through, there's still some hollows mixed in here as we go. I didn't look through to see if there was any shadowless, like a base set shadowless. So if you see any, yell it out. I'm trying to, do the lighting the best I can. We're trying to get this all within one take. So if there's a couple things or mess ups along the way, we'll go through it. So Charmeleon, let's see, Haunter. Did I miss Gengar? Is there a Gengar? We have an Ivysaur, Magikarp down here. Once again, full set, 99% complete. Base set. I was looking for the War Turtle, see if there was the misprint. It'll say War Turtle evolved from, and normally we'll have Squirtle here, but sometimes you'll see War Turtle. That's an error. That's something to look out for. Obviously, this isn't the error card. That's one of the first things that I found out about, or I thought I had one, or like, hey, as I'm comping cards, why is this one so much more? So it's usually going to involve an error or something of that nature. And yeah, we're just going to go through here. We're just flipping through. Got Ghastly, Charmander. I don't see any Shadowless, so I know that they're a little bit more sought after. I know that this is base set. I was looking for red cheeks, just double checking. No red cheeks, but more to come on that card. Squirtle down here, so definitely all sought after cards. These are a little bit more towards the middle of the binder. This is nice and flat. Definitely the better condition of the set. And then we get into some trainers. Once again, guys, if there's anything that maybe I'm overlooking, or you know what, that's actually this type of error, definitely yell it out in the comments, and I can definitely take a look. We're trying something new here. I really appreciate Mike coming up with the idea, and beautiful collection. I think that I've recently had the 151 collection, which was really nice. Don't get me wrong, but there was a goal to that one which involved flipping for a profit. So more to come on that. Maybe I'll discuss that. I know I talk about it on Whatnot here and there, but I don't think I really touched on it on YouTube at all. So that was the rest of the base set. That's kind of how the conversation between Mike and I went, was where we stood, and that he had first edition, and in actuality it was base set, so just not as valuable, but still very, very sought after, very valuable. First edition is first edition. And then that's when he mentioned that, oh yeah, and I'm trying to go for a second set as well. I have some extras, so if you want to speak to those as well. And that's kind of where the fun begins. That was definitely already fun. And especially, having this Charizard to peek at. There's not too many of these out there that you can actually put your hands on these days. So yeah, I had started seeing some first editions, Executor. Okay, here's another page to the left. We'll pan over real quick. Another couple first editions: Persian, Cloyster, Lickitung, Gloom, Fearow. Come back here. So, quite interesting. Quite interesting. There's one card that I'm really going to touch on that. Oh, let's see. We have a Dodrio. A lot more first editions. Goldeen. I think there's another Execute on the next page. Nidorino. Parasect. So the amount of first editions it's awesome. Awesome to see for sure. Then we'll start getting into Jungle first edition. This is what I was talking about. First edition versus Jungle. Just it's still very sought after. Eevee. Now this is the card where I was like, my heart skipped a beat for a second, which is the Pikachu. I'm like, is this a Red Cheeks Pikachu? And maybe I'll throw a picture on the screen on what I'm talking about. Supposedly there's a first edition Red Cheeks Pikachu that was considered a misprint. If we look at the original Pikachu, which I should have took it out of the binder so it's easy to flip back. That was number 60. If we look at this Pikachu, this number 60, you'll notice that these cheeks are a little bit more yellow. It is iconic, his red cheeks, don't get me wrong. Like, if you grew up watching the show, I felt like I watched it a little bit. But you'll notice that these cheeks are a little bit more yellow versus the red cheek. So my heart did skip a beat. I was like, oh, does he have, once again, I'm not talking value too much, but hey, is it a $20 card or is it a $200 card because it's a misprint? So from what I found out is that if you see the red cheeks and it has a first edition with no jungle stamp. So this one does have the jungle stamp. So this is still a very nice card. Don't get me wrong, but it's not the quote unquote misprint that catches in a PSA 9 or 10 thousands and thousands of dollars. So that was definitely the one card besides the Charizard. The fact that he said first edition, I show up, hey, does he have a first edition Charizard? He kind of gave me the heads up, the Charizard isn't the first edition, but just the fact that it's a base set and then the Charizard is a base set too, definitely beautiful cards. So, the fact that also that this is, so complete and vintage. I know that quite a lot of people watch these videos. They would love to have their hands on something like this, or, even like something like me that had like all G1 Transformers, Ghostbusters, the Ecto one. It's kind of just as time goes on, you kind of get rid of them. They lose their way. They make their way to the yard sale table. I had a bunch of boxed Power Rangers. But guess what? I take them to the Berlin Mart or the local flea market. And next thing you know, you kind of want them back later in life. So as we, that grew up in the 80s and 90s get older and we're now turning 30, 35, 40, 45, it's we have the money to now buy these things again. So that's kind of why sometimes you'll see some things in my collection. I try to do up my basement and things of that nature. Eagles and Stay Puft, Ghostbusters, Mario. Here we go. Ha ha. So if you follow me on Whatnot, you know that I do that quite a bit throughout the stream. So just some more base set here. This is his second go at, I feel like he has extras in between his second attempt at the base set. So definitely quite unique for sure. We're pretty much wrapping up here, but I thought it was pretty neat, pretty cool to see this collection. Like I mentioned, the binder kind of threw me off. I was like, oh, okay, that's the binder. It looks like it's for work, So it kind of threw me off. But hey, when you're talking about a binder that's 25, 30 years, hey man, it is what it is. It gets the job done. So Mike, maybe as we wrap up this video or as I get YouTube comments, other than the Charizard on what to sleeve up, I'll definitely get back to you and make that suggestion, because I think the ultimate goal, and Mike, you can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, that I think the goal is to preserve this set for his children. So think about another 20 years, this set being 40, 45 years old. That's quite interesting to think about. So that's all we have today. I'll cut out, do an outro, and I'll see you in a second. All right, guys. I just wanted to wrap things up. Once again, Mikey, and Ben, thank you so much for letting me go through your collection. Wow, I look forward to maybe seeing some other items that you have, Mikey and Ben. Looking forward to that, and maybe I'll show you a couple things I have as well. So thank you again to you guys. Once again, everyone, thank you for tuning in. I know this is something slightly different that I normally do, but I think it was interesting. Definitely, although Pokemon isn't something that's nostalgia for me, because I did, mainly play like Magic towards the late 90s, early 2000s. I always say, and you'll hear me say, I picked the wrong game growing up in regards to collecting. But once, like I mentioned before, I might have just sold things by the time I got older anyway. So yeah, it was definitely nostalgic. Just even now being interested in Pokemon and having an appreciation for these types of cards, it was awesome to go through. So I'm glad you enjoyed it. Once again, any suggestions on that we can give Mike to maybe sleeve any of these up or make that suggestion. But it's just awesome to be able to go through that. And then lastly, thank you for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe, put the bell notifications on so you get my updates and YouTube videos. And once again, my schedule for Whatnot is going to be a little different over the next couple weeks. I think I'll still be doing Sunday nights, unless the Eagles are playing on a Sunday night, as I might just put the game on in the background. So I am pretty tied in to football. Although not right now. Like, I feel like I need to get a couple fantasy football drafts under my belt, and then we'll go from there. So I don't want to ramble too much. But once again, thanks for tuning in to Stay Puft's Finds. When you come to Whatnot, don't forget, no wheels, just steals. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you.